Hitler's steel monsters, the madness of the land leviathans. Imagine a tank so heavy that it doesn't just cross a road, it crushes it into dust. A machine so massive that no bridge in the world could hold its weight. During the final, desperate years of World War II, Hitler wasn't just looking for weapons, he was looking for miracles. This is the story of the Wunderwaffe, the wonder weapons, a descent into a dieselpunk fever dream where engineers stopped building vehicles and started building moving fortresses. If you think a modern tank is intimidating, wait until you see what the Third Reich had on the drawing board. The Maus, the 188-ton Maus. Let's start with a machine that actually moved. The Panzer VIII Maus. The name was an ironic joke. This Maus weighed a staggering 188 tons. To put that in perspective, that's the weight of nearly 3 modern heavy tanks combined. It carried armor so thick, nearly 10 inches in some places, that almost nothing in the Allied arsenal could pierce it. But there was a fatal flaw. This steel beast was a prisoner of its own weight. No bridge in Europe could support it. So, how do you cross a river in a 188-ton tank? The German solution was pure madness. Underwater snorkeling. Narrator. The Maus was designed to operate in pairs. One tank would stay on the bank, acting as a giant generator, feeding electricity through a long cable to the second tank, which would drive completely submerged along the riverbed. Imagine being a crew member, sealed inside a steel box, crawling through the dark mud of a river bottom, praying the seal holds. The Landkreuzer. But for Hitler, the Maus was just a toy. He wanted a Landkreuzer, a land cruiser. This was the P-1000 Ratte. The interior was designed to include a vehicle bay for scout motorcycles, a kitchen, and even an infirmary. It was a mobile city of death. But the logistics were a nightmare. To move this monster, it required 8 Daimler-Benz marine engines, the kind used in U-boats. Every time the Ratte moved, it would have acted like a giant plow, destroying every road and railway in its path. It was a weapon that destroyed its own country's infrastructure just by existing. The what if and the downfall. Why weren't they used? In 1943, Albert Speer, the Minister of Armaments, canceled the Ratte. He realized what Hitler didn't. These giants were sitting ducks. The Maus and the Ratte were the ultimate symbols of a regime that had lost touch with reality. They represent a terrifying what if in the history of warfare. A dead-end path where engineering met megalomania. But the madness didn't stop at tanks. Next time, we'll look at the Sun Gun, a Nazi plan to burn entire cities from space using giant mirrors. Which of these steel monsters do you think would have been more terrifying on the battlefield? The underwater crawling Maus or the city-crushing Ratte? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like button if you want more deep dives into the weirdest tech of World War II. Subscribe and stay tuned for the Sun Gun episode.